Season 6, Episode 19, The Fault in Our Cutie Marks. Um,
Yes.
the parents seem awfully trusting of such young fillies. Has no one ever
Mm,
had, like, the cutie markologist, kind of degree or something? Somebody who studied cutie marks and understands these things before? I mean, is there no one else who can help? uh,
Yeah, no, I think the thing is, I think it has to do with a less creepy
The data
factor.
skepsies.
Well, it's less creepy, having kids staring at your ass than an adult.
I, I'm not sure that's right. But anyway. Well, I guess
That's
if you're
creepy for
also
him
a
because he likes
yeah,
the little kids staring at his ass. So
yeah. Um, well, it would be like a doctor, I suppose, but whatever. Um, so we got, you know.
I am not staring at his ass. I'm sorry.
But
Anyway, moving on from the
Show's gonna be a
donkey
grave
staring.
digger.
Uh,
I
so
thought he was going to be a serial killer.
anyway, so we get the
He's a
spiny-backed
chiropractor.
Ponysaurus or something like that. That seems like more like paleontology or hippology than archaeology. If it were a different
Yeah.
species, because it's a completely different species. Archaeology would be, if they found something from the founding of Ponyville, absolutely, that would be archaeology right there. But that's more paleontology or hippology. Hippology being the
Yeah.
study of horses, um,
Yeah,
which I would assume that would be what they would call their version of anthropology. Uh, like we get the pirate outfits casually tossed aside for a gag. It's a nice easy gag. Apparently, there is now an epic sax pony in Ponyville named Blue Note, and the
uh,
CMC have been quite busy off screen. Um,
Well, they needed an excuse for why we don't see him that often.
yes, they're quite busy helping ponies with cutie marks. I mean, though we did see quite a few of them, like every single one they've helped so far, as kind of a
Mhm.
build-up of, um, you saw bulk biceps and tinder taps and who else? Well, we saw the paleontologist pony. Um, what else was it? A blue note, but yeah, I mean, well, that's not wasn't shown in the show beforehand, but yeah, I think that'll work. Um, we get Sweetie Belle being prophetic about a challenge they aren't prepared for, which honestly, this whole episode is basically revenge on the cutie marks. Is karma coming back around to bite them in the flank, given you know the energetic obsession with the cutie mark we get from Gabby is just like, okay, this is your revenge for how you were before you got your cutie mark. So now
Pretty much.
you're having to deal with this. You see what the rest of us have been dealing with since you knew what a cutie mark was. I mean, your enthusiasm is a thing, but we could do with a little less. Now that they got the cutie
yeah,
marks, then it's less enthusiastic. But you know, when they were, that was quite the thing. And
yeah.
Gabby is well aptly named. I would say that much.
Yeah.
She gives Pinky a run for her money. Um,
You know who she reminded me of actually? Um, the sister in Frozen.
I've never seen that movie, and I don't intend to.
Well, I saw it once because it's one of my dad's favorite Disney movies, but
Oh, great.
I also um they were in a couple of episodes of Once Upon a Time.
Okay.
But she has that rambling type attitude where it's just like running on and on and on, and then gets distracted and runs on to something else.
Moving from topic to topic so that no one could interrupt, and it was really quite hypnotic.
Moving from topic to topic in one continuous unbroken sentence. No,
No, in one continuous unbroken sentence, moving from topic to topic is quite hypnotic.
It was hypnotic.
Oh, good grief, that's nerdy.
You love
Not in a
Otherwise,
bad way.
you're-
I'm not saying nerdy in a bad way. That's nerdy in a good way. That we both know what that was.
okay.
See, and let's see. Oh yeah, continuity alert. With her seeing the marks and helping others with Pinky and Rainbow Dash when they went to Griffinstone. You know, it's like this is it calls back to that episode. We don't necessarily see Gabby in that episode. I'd have to go back and rewatch that. I haven't rewatched that. That would be an interesting thing to look at to see if we actually see her, if it was that well planned out. I doubt it, but maybe. It was a nice, good continuity callback. And apparently, Gilda is sending letters to Dash. They've become pen pals, keeping in touch. One thing while we're seeing them kind of point, it's like showing, they say, oh, it's that way. See all these ponies they've helped, pointing at them. It's like, oh, it's that way. It's that way. One thing we see is that Blue Note is for some reason on Sweet Apple Acres, near the CMC clubhouse. That's a little weird. Why is he there? But at any rate, one thing I did like about this episode that does show a bit of growth, and I don't remember who suggested it, but I have a sneaking suspicion it was probably Sweetie Belle. For once, they go immediately to an expert in Twilight, who, continuity alert, has been researching Cutie marks because she gave a presentation in last season's finale. Part 1 of last season's finale began with her giving a lecture on it. So she's been studying it. She knows it as well as anybody would. So that was good. Going to an expert about it. Then we get another callback. I mean, this has a lot of good callbacks. Using magic to get a cutie mark never turns out well.
You two should remember that.
Yes.
You should remember that.
Yes, this does not work. Do not do this. You remember these things, don't you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, wow, you're making a whole lot of noise. Whoa.
No, my charger was acting weird.
Okay, it just got really...
And it makes this weird
sort of thing going on.
Yeah.
All right. Where was it? Okay. And apparently, apples has become a euphemism for just any a replacement for any kind of curse word. Now it's what the apples are we ever gonna tell her? All right. Watch your profanity. Anyway. Yeah, but way to put pressure on a bunch of fillies there, Gabby, with all the heaping praise. Let's see. Then we get the feels bomb, and I feel you probably know what I'm talking about with the feels bomb. Appleton goes, why in tarnation would you promise something that just can't be done? I know what it's like to want something that's out of reach, and just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it can't. Maybe trying for the impossible isn't so bad. from Scoots. He's like, oh, Scoots, the feels. Um,
It's so sad.
um, we get the song. I do like that they went with kind of. I don't have as much notes for this one. It really didn't lend itself to a lot of notes. Um, Using the snare for a march feel again. It reminds me a bit of Heart Strong as Horses somewhat, and I do like it when they do that. They do kind of a mix of a kind of a march style, with the kind of smooth, kind of light and fluffy kind of music that they tend to do with it.
Yeah.
They do normally, and it's a nice feel. I like when they go march. Apparently, cheerlead teaches pre-cal because Gabby was trying to help her teach pre-cal to fillies. The Christian education
Hey,
system is
you're-
very strange.
It is.
Apparently,
Well,
based.
so they can
Go ahead.
come to our world and take over.
It would still be better than Trump.
That's
Don't let anybody
Okay.
know. I for one welcome our new pony overlords, our new equine overlords. Anyway, baseball is a thing in Ponyville, apparently. Though, how do they hold the bat? I guess they hold like everything else they hold. Sticky hoof. Sticky hooves. Now, I haven't confirmed this.
Or their mouths, like they do with the hockey.
That's a possibility, I suppose. Now, I've heard the sheet music they show is actually the song being played. The little, when you see her hold up, write a song for your quartet. That's actually the song she's writing is actually the song that's being currently sung. For one, we get the Cutie Mark Crusaders having to give her, really having to, deal with kind of failure for the first time, as like post Cutie Mark failure in doing what their talent is.
Destiny tells them.
So let's see, and then we get the cauldron Cutie Mark, which confuses Sweetie Belle, which I perfectly understand, but she pulls some nice what, huh, what, what sort of faces and gestures, which is kind of cool. It's a fake, and I was I've seen the stream, like some of the stream bits for this, and like at that point, if you're familiar with the Dominion War in DS9, the Vulcans, it's just there's a bunch of it's a fake stuff, but if you're familiar with that, you'll get that reference. But it's that Romulan holding the data rod saying it's a fake. But, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Twilight freaks out about the new discovery, this this first of its kind sort of thing, and she freaks out and goes. Her wings are fully erect, and science.
Science.
Look at me still talking when there's science to do.
Science. Shall rule all.
And we And when she's exposed by helping Dr. Hooves move his cart, from the mud. Like, yep, that's the one. I guess the one thing I'm really not good at is faking things. Sincerity seems to be her. If she had an element, it would be sincerity. Just she is what she is. She's, in general, she's helpful and cheerful and remarkably has not given in to cynicism despite living amongst the Grivens. Helping others is a nice purpose. Apparently, at some point, the CMC tried wood carving, and they built up their wood carving skills because they produced those things pretty quickly. At the time it took her to go take a bath or something, to clean off that mud and dry off, they managed to craft 2 Cutie Mark things out of wood. It's like, well, that's quick. And actually quite good quality for them. She gets her own quinceanera. Pinky was probably behind it. All you need to do is mention a reason to have a party, and Pinky's on it. Though Twilight must have been disappointed in the whole thing, given that it turned out to be a fake. It's like, you lied to me.
She's probably, oh, it's fine. We'll just be having griffin kebabs.
You task me. Anyway. But yeah, that's mostly what I had for this episode. It wasn't it had a lot of good continuity. It was fun for the most part. It was kind of some karma for the CMC. But mostly it was pretty good. It was kind of fun seeing, whoever wrote this episode definitely watched enough episodes. So sometimes you see in these, with the new writers, you'll see, I looked into them, but I don't remember who the writer was for this. I think it was 2 writers. But a lot of them seem lately not to have watched the show too much, or they've watched only limited amounts, so they miss some of the continuity. And this one got the continuity hits where they could.
It's like Twilight's kind of like, hey, you remember last time what happened when somebody tried to get their cutie mark unnaturally? Not her exact words, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. You tried to do this before, and it did not turn out well. You know this.
And like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that they did that. That was a good thing. Yeah, but this will break, like Silver Quill's continuity thing when he eventually gets around to this episode, which will take forever considering he's so far behind. But he produces good content, so we shall wait.
Yeah.
Let's see, what was it? But anything else anybody wants to say about this episode?
No, I don't got anything.